Alright guys, in today's video we're gonna be removing and replacing the EGR valve on this Honda Accord. So if you have a 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord V6, this is a good video on how to replace the EGR valve on the Honda Accord. And if you have a code P0401, it could be a bad EGR valve, it could be a clogged up EGR valve. So it's what I'm gonna do in today's video is we're gonna remove the EGR valve and we're gonna clean, okay? But if you need to replace the EGR valve, the procedure is the same, okay? So all we need to do is we need to remove this connector right here, and this comes out. All right, don't worry about the battery. A lot of people say you can disconnect the battery, but if you disconnect the battery, you're gonna lose a radio code, your throttle body's gonna lose memory, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And down here you have a number 12, and also on the opposite side there's a number 12. So it's just 2 bolts, and we're gonna remove this cover right here so we have more clearance, okay? To remove this, all you need to do is you need to turn this and turn that. This comes out. So let me set up my camera and we're gonna do this all together. We're gonna remove this guy by turning here and turning over here. After that, you can lift this guy up, put it to the side. Now we have a more access to the engine right there. So to remove the 2 bolts that I showed you, very simple. You need a number 12. Make sure you get something similar to this. You see the neck of this sock extension here? We're able to wiggle this around, okay? Because you do need that little bit of angle. If you don't, it's fine, okay? So turn that. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. Don't try to manage to get the whole bolt out, because the reason is it's gonna get stuck there, okay? So there you go, we have that out. And now you can simply just take out the 2 bolts, the nut on those bolts. Okay, there, let it probably crushed it. There you go. And then we got one in the back end, and the whole EGR valve. It's already loose, so the bolt is a little bit stuck. I am gonna give you a torque spec once we are ready to put this back together. And there's our second nut to the EGR valve. So there we have it. And the EGR valve comes right up. You lift it up. Okay, it does have a gasket to it, so be careful with the gasket. So there, this is the gasket. All right, a lot of times, I want to show you a little bit here. A lot of times this thing gets dirty, okay? So it's very simple to clean it, okay? It's very simple to clean this. I'm gonna show you that, and it's gonna be a very simple procedure, okay? So what you wanna do is, let me set up the camera in a different angle right now. Do is get a needle nose and you yank this out a little bit, and the valve, you can just simply clean it off with the brake cleaner, parts cleaner. Okay, it doesn't take much, okay? It doesn't take much. Sometimes that gets jammed up and it won't open up properly, okay? That's how simple it is to clean this valve. It doesn't take no more than that, okay? If that doesn't work, you want to also clean out the port on this side right here. All you do is you just spray a whole bunch of cleaner in there, and you don't want to stick nothing in there because there's not much to go in there. Just want to look in there. Also on the car side, you need to look at the car side also. Okay, I'm going to show you that just about now. That gets clogged up, but there's not much you could do. You could just blow a little bit of air in there, and that's about it. If you have a wire brush, clean it off, and that's it. That's all you're going to do. Not much, but worst come to worst, you want to replace it. This is a procedure, and then we're gonna take everything back together, okay? together. And what you're gonna do is make sure your seal is there. If you're using a new valve, make sure you put a new seal there, the gasket. And it's only gonna go one way, okay? It won't go the wrong way. And plus your connector has to be facing out. All you do is drop the EGR valve in there. This harness on the top is a little bit disturbing me to get it in there. And the torque spec on this is 16 foot-pound. Okay, it's not too much, so you make sure you torque it. But one thing I'm gonna snug this. I do torque my stuff. One thing I want to tell you is to tighten this. Make sure you do it evenly. Do not go crazy, because I done that years back. This EGR valve will crack. You don't want to snap that bolt either. Okay, so to tighten this, make sure you snug it on first and then torque it to 16 foot-pounds. So what I like to do is tighten a little bit here, tighten a little bit there. If you're doing it by hand, all you're gonna do is just give a small little tightness to it. It doesn't have to be crazy, okay? And then when you're done, make sure you don't have any vacuum leaking right through here, because sometimes your gasket won't sit together properly. And make sure you put this connector back together. I still need to torque it, but let me just show you the complete process. Make sure you put your cover back together. With this cover, you line these two little clips there, and then you turn one, and then one on the other side, and that's it, you're done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Bye-bye.